Welcome, everybody, to another exciting episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? A podcast about life in the music industry. This was a fun one. They're all fun.
They're all fun, but like,
aren't they all fun?
This was, and like we hardly ever get like full bands, and I know we were missing the vocalist, Eric, I think, right?
Yeah.
I know we were missing the vocalist, but this was still awesome. Like
It was
it's
a lot of
awesome
fun.
to just like see these guys like mesh and meld. And I'm sure if Eric was there, like again, same type of deal, right? Just probably would have lasted a little longer. We would have laughed even harder. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
Absolutely.
that's how genuine these guys seem, and I thoroughly enjoyed that.
Well, we would like to introduce to you the Maguas, and let's get into the hilarity, because this we had a lot of fun, and I was able to get some insider knowledge and enjoy it.
And welcome back to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go, a podcast about life in the music industry. And today we have some very special guests on, don't we, Pat?
Yeah, we got the Maguas.
That's it.
Oh, what's up, guys?
That's the
Thanks
whole
so much
intro
for
that you're gonna get.
We don't like, we have an intro before the intro, so we're just like saying what's up,
Gotcha.
you know, what's
Amazing.
up?
Got you. What's up, guys?
Love it.
All right,
How are you guys doing?
Doing awesome.
We're doing good. Doing good. Just got done with practice. We're down here in a basement, so.
Okay,
I mean, that's
right on. Nice sweaty basements. That's where you're
Yeah.
supposed to practice.
Exactly. It really gets the mood set. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It really helps feed that pop punk vibe.
Yeah,
Yeah, you get
Yeah.
real sad.
That's where they came out
dingy
swinging, right?
basement.
From a South Philly basement.
There we go. We can talk about the Wonder Years the whole
Yeah.
podcast. I'll be all right.
Definitely smells like stale beer.
That
yeah.
most likely
Lot
will
still, bro.
probably be the only, like, you know, Wonder Years reference, unless you guys do. But that's
I can
okay.
drop
We
as
can
many as you want.
we can
I'll
get it
drop
in
as
there.
many as you want.
nice, yeah. Because we just talked to Casey a few episodes
did.
back, so.
Oh, that's
Nice.
awesome.
Hell yeah.
Clearly, somebody else didn't do their homework, but that's fine.
So you guys started out in like 2018, releasing singles off your debut EP titled Good Beer. So then around a year later, you began working with your producer, Nick Bruzzese of Man Overboard, on your sophomore EP, and everything since. So before getting into like those later songs, what would you say is your favorite song or songs off of that first EP?
That's a good question.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm gonna say Funeral. I mean, that whole EP was one that we've all been writing together since we were like really young, with the exception of Brandon. He joined a little bit later, but he's still our buddy. We came together. We all had a bunch of songs, and we weren't really sure if we were gonna do like original stuff. We were just gonna like play around, whatever. But we had to have a couple ideas. But Funeral was the first one that we wrote together, like as a collective band. I think that's why it stands out the most in my mind as like my favorite off that record.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
What about
Yeah,
the rest of y'all?
I'm the same, but I don't know about that. I'm the same with Don. I think Funeral for me is like the special one, and I think it's like one that we're still able to play, whereas like the other ones we don't really play out as much. There's, I think, another exception to that, but I have a feeling that's going to be what Jake's going to say, so I'll let him take it from there.
I mean, I still love Funeral. Like, to this day, it still slaps when we play it live. Plus,
Okay.
I feel like we grew like a little cult following with that song. Everybody knew we used to close with it. But yeah, I mean, that whole album was super fun. It was done DIY by me in my little home studio. Like, when did we record? 2018, 2019? We did that whole thing? It's been such a long time, but Birdcage is also a favorite of mine.
That's a
But
good one.
those
Will.
two for me.
Yeah, I'm just gonna go with a bunch. Probably Funeral, because it's the first one we wrote together. Birdcage was also one that Jenks and I did a while back. But yeah, Funeral probably my favorite.
All right. I mean,
Yeah,
the song does slap. That shit slaps.
Yeah, thanks.
But since we're talking about that, so pretty much comparing the debut EP to the sophomore is like comparing apples to oranges. You know,
Okay, just
sure,
give my apple away.
sure, they're both fruits, but they're dramatically different, right? Your sophomore EP is a more established and polished sound, How did the songwriting and recording process change when you started working with Nick?
I mean, I don't know that the process that started it changed too much. We all got together and we were sort of like messing around with songs. We like to go into the studio with songs that we feel are like as good as we can possibly make it, and then like we would feel comfortable putting out. And then we go into Nick, and he just takes a whole different view at it. When you're working on songs for months, and then you have someone who you trust look at it, then it just takes on sort of a life of its own. And we had originally gone in with just Actions Speak Louder Than Words, and we were just going to do a single just to test out. We were looking at producers, and we vibed so much with Nick. And then the rest of the album, it actually came together pretty quickly after that first time. We were just in such a writing kick, and everything just came out, I think, a little bit more polished because we kind of had that experience in there with them the first time. And so I'm really proud of that one.
Yeah, for sure. I think like Dalton said with the action, like we went in and did Actions. That I think was when the moment kind of changed for us because that was our first time going in with a different producer outside of someone in our own band and working on. I'll take that. Working on like different. I guess like we kind of tore the song down because Actions was a little bit different. There used to be like a breakdown. And we actually played it live once like that. It was like 7/4 breakdown. And Nick was not a fan of that, so he helped us kind of like hone in our skills of songwriting. I think the first time we pitched to him was Funeral because that's the only stuff we had. Like we showed like our old stuff to get into that studio, and Nick I guess saw our songwriting potential from there and kind of like not really taught us, but showed us you don't have to have this breakdown. You can do you can avoid that and kind of like make your own sound from that. Yeah, avoid the cliches, exactly. And I think that really helped us kind of right after Actions. Like we just got back into Jenks' studio, wrote some songs, and we're back in with Nick in January, and it kind of just came all together from there.
It's amazing, but it's also really cool to see, like in a way, you start off with these songs, and Pat and I have done this in our bands that we've over the years, and you start off with these songs and again, this is a hill that Pat, I die on, but like there's a progression that I've always usually see when it comes to musicians starting out versus like bands solidifying in who they are, is when you're first starting out, you're wanting it to be you. This needs to be me. I need to be on the record. I need to have written it. It's got to be like I'm the heart and soul, or like whatever it is. And there's this like egotistical mindset behind the whole process. And then you get into a room with someone like Nick, who's going to sit here and go, I've done everything better than you'll ever do in your fucking life. And then you're like, yes, please do it better. And then, and then but in that like mindset, in that process, something better is going to always come out of it. Because when you get behind the idea of serving the song for the song, it becomes less about I need to be on the track and more like, hey, what I heard you doing was like really cool. Get over here and like just make it happen. And then like the learning process can come afterwards. Like I can't tell you how many times somebody's written a guitar riff for me and I'm like, all right, fuck. And then I'll be like, send me the stem bounce. And then I sit in my room for hours and hours and just until it's done. And it's not only better for this song, but even as a player, I've become better because now I'm playing something I never would have even thought about writing. And now, like, and for all intents and purposes, anybody who's going to hear the song thinks you fucking wrote it. So it's not like it's yours. It's your band. Who cares? I ghostwrite for people. You think I'm sitting here going, hey, that's not his. Like, who gives a shit? You know what I mean? Like, no, nobody cares.
100%, yeah.
That's another hill I die.
This doesn't even pertain to our last album.
Say it again?
Yeah. But just working with Nick is just a blast, It's amazing to have that extra opinion, I view him, he's like a sixth member, really. And it's fun working with him. It's always a great vibe. He's not afraid to be honest, and sometimes brutally honest. So, I mean, Luke, do you have...
No, I mean, I agree. I think Nick is an awesome asset. And, like, when we went to him the first time for Actions Speak Louder Than Words, it's really funny. There's a lot of stories because we didn't know what to expect when we first came. So, like, so we were doing the first day where he just wanted to hear what we had and have us play it. And we sat down in a side room, and he just plugged into like a small amp, gave the guitar to I think Dalton, yeah. And then he's like, "All right, Eric, just like sing the part. I want to hear what you guys got." And Eric was like freaking out the whole way on there because he didn't like feel great. He's like, "Oh, my voice is kind of messed up. I need to drink water or whatever." And he just starts like stressing out in front of Nick.
Oh, yeah.
But
Eric was on the verge of tears.
Yeah, he was like breaking down because he couldn't sing the part. But over the course of working with him, he's really become more of a friend than like a colleague or anything else.
Totally.
So it's been really fun. And there's a lot of takeaways that we got from him.
And that's how you know you have a good producer. It's just that simple. And I think you guys even said it before, like when this whole thing got started, he's like a sixth member of the band.
Yeah.
That is the best way to imagine anybody recording your shit. And it's not like, this isn't a dig to other producers who just record. Like I mean, I just record for people, but like there are differences between like the bands that you work with and people you record. And I know that sounds, it sounds like
you
it
could be a
shouldn't
producer
be,
or you
but
could
there
be an
is.
engineer, you know.
Yeah, it's producer or engineer.
Producer and engineer. Yep, exactly. So absolutely. Pat, take this next question.
Well, I was gonna say because we also just had Nick on the show.
That's true. What was it,
a
2
few
weeks
episodes
ago?
back as well, and we kind of talked about you guys and that you gotta, you're working with you, and he even said the same thing about like he goes into it trying to put himself in the shoes of another member. So it's just it's a good way to produce.
Yeah, and if
because
you
then
guys do your fucking homework, you'd be able to hear that episode.
hey, it's not out yet. There's
all
no
true.
to do.
Fuck me.
Yeah, fuck you. Fuck you, bud.
I'm not your buddy, friend.
Hey, fuck y'all, bud.
Fuck you, bud. Right? Right, Shorzy?
You want to go have a fucking dart, Shorzy? Yeah, I'll fucking do Shorzy. Y'all watch Letterkenny?
Hell yeah.
Hell
I
yeah.
love Letterkenny. I don't know
Hey.
these
Somebody
guys,
was
and it's
just
fucking
showing
so
me the other
great.
night.
It's one of it.
I never,
I
don't have Hulu.
And they're doing
That's my
they're
issue.
doing a Shorzy like spin-off, aren't they? They just announced that.
I think so that they announced something like that.
Yeah.
But,
I haven't seen anything. I just know
you
that
gotta
like
look into that. That's just
I am
wild.
so far north that
I do.
it
I do
all
love me
hits
some Letterkenny.
for home.
it all hits home. It all hits home.
So
Yeah.
because I'm 2 hours away from Canada, so
It's a hard
like,
life picking stones and pulling teats, but as sure as God's got sandals, it beats fighting dudes with treasure trails.
You darn tootin'.
Oh shit. Wow, that's right on. Look at that.
I know.
Shit.
I have zero life.
Oh, yeah?
that's impressive. That's an impressive
Yeah.
Yeah,
bit
it was
to
impressive.
remember.
Thank you. I also can do a pretty decent Shorzy.
Well, let's hear it. You can't just say it and not do it.
Fuck you, Riley. Why don't you have your mom call Jones's mom all the way to my house? I don't even think that's how the line goes.
Probably not, but I mean it's close. Just not as vulgar.
Well, yeah, pocket candy.
So all right, back to the interview. So social media has changed the entire landscape of promoting music from what it used to be. You guys are very active on social media. You've created multiple successful playlists to help promote your music. What do you feel is the most important social media platform that you found success in?
Ooh, see, that's a good question. The one we found most success in?
Wait, if it's a good question, why are we asking the drummer?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would say I think for us it started mostly on like Instagram and Facebook. I think that's where we have most of our audience. And recently we're starting to get into TikTok now, which is like it's a fun little game. It's like figuring out the little algorithm there.
You guys have like the Elder Emo Scrolls.
Oh yeah, set aside. Yeah.
Video.
Oh, that just started. Well, we did one like a year ago, and then I decided to bring it back because I'm doing this whole like post every single day kind of thing. So you'll see there's a whole like a story there that's gonna happen. I think you guys are gonna love it. It's gonna be, who knows what's coming, makeup, hair, wigs, who knows? It might get kind of crazy. There's a whole like legit gonna be a whole like series. So that's really exciting.
Nice. I just actually right before we hopped on here, I made an elderly emo TikTok. So
God, that was
perfect. See, that's it. So you get it. But yeah, I think
I don't think you guys realize that Brandon plans all this like months in advance, and he has like the mind of like I don't even know. You plan like a ridiculous bastard here. I
Yeah.
swear to God, everything
Oh,
is planned
yeah.
out to a T.
Literally, like months ago, like there's a whole like 20-page document of like how every couple months, every couple of weeks gonna go.
The most type A person you'll ever meet in your entire
For
life,
sure.
right here.
Yeah. But I'll tell you what, there's some really fun stuff happening. I'll tell you, May 8th. May 8th is gonna be that week is gonna be awesome for us. I'm not gonna give it away, but there's gonna be a really fun like thing going on there.
Real quick on like the social media side of it, I think
Yes.
that COVID really helped us like learn social media to a T. I mean,
had
it's
to.
a lot of you have to. When you can't play shows, you can't do the traditional way of like building an audience. Can't go and play for 7 people in Kentucky when there's COVID across the country. So we were really looking into different avenues, and I think that like Instagram and Facebook ads became like our savior during that time. We just learned everything we possibly could about it, and we just implemented as much as we possibly could because it was our only chance. And a lot of bands didn't make it out of COVID, so
Right.
to even be in this position is pretty nice. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, I mean, you had to come up with new and creative ways to keep yourself relevant during COVID because it was so difficult, but it also opened up so many new avenues for bands willing to do that, like you know, doing those long distance, like, oh, I could film me at my fucking house playing guitar. You film yourself over here, and we'll just fucking put music over it. It'll look sweet.
Yeah. No, I mean
We fucking did that. Yeah.
that's what we were in. Like we
We did
had
that
to
too.
find something.
Like,
You had to find something. Like, you need content, but you can't get together. You need to, do all that stuff, but you can't go out of your house. What are you going to do? And it's really like an adapt or die thing sort of deal. Like, it was really rough.
yeah, I mean, even this podcast was kind of built over the ideas of what we learned over COVID. You know, like, oh shit, Zoom's created. We can talk to whoever we want, whenever we want. Hell yeah.
I don't know. I just started a live stream show, so every Friday or Saturday. And this is when it was really bad. This is like nobody was going anywhere to the you're getting in fights at the grocery store bad, for toilet paper. Yeah. No, I just started doing like live stream covers, but I was getting like all these random. I started like getting a little following doing it, but I was just having a good time cracking beers. By the end of it, I'd be like 6 IPAs in, be like, all right, guys, another half hour. But it was a blast. But I think any platform that you could really engage with people. I'm terrible at TikTok. I leave that to Brandon. He's the TikTok guy. I don't understand it yet. I like a few people, but anything that you could engage with people, like Instagram, Facebook. If you could start a conversation, I think that's where, I feel like I've seen the most growth. And people enjoying our band and what we do, but
it makes the follower feel so much more involved, less of a fan, more of a community.
Yeah,
and like
totally.
And the music industry has, over the last, I'm going to say 3 years to be generous, but the music community over the last 3 years has done just that. They have, or tried to successfully like wean it away from being fans to making communities. From bands now are making it's not a new thing, but bands make group pages of just the people who follow the bands, and like the members of the bands are involved in those pages and like commenting back and forth, and it's like it's less of a podium and a platform to be idolized, and more of a, oh my gosh, thank you guys so much for just like even like listening. Like we have put the fans, quote unquote, on a pedestal where we should not be. You know what I mean? Like, we are lower because without the community, we're not here. It doesn't make any sense. So like
100%.
that's why it's really easy to hate people on pedestals who don't give a shit about their fans. Because you're just like, you didn't deserve it. You didn't earn it.
So before we go to a quick break, we're gonna ask one more question here. If you could give our listeners one piece of advice that you wish you had when you were first starting out that you know now, what would it be?
I would say don't accept a bill of goods. When someone tries to sell you a bill of goods, that's usually a bad sign. Pretty much every single time we've worked with anybody that's guaranteed us something, it's never happened. And I think you just get into contract trouble when you do stuff like that. So we've learned a lot on negotiating sides and like who we work with and what we're supposed to be looking for in that regard. So that'd be my advice.
Yeah, and I think like almost to build off that is like find the people who you can vibe with who are genuinely interested in getting you to where you want to be. I mean, when we reached out to Nick, we were literally looking for someone who had done what we wanted to do, and you want to sort of find those people that are willing to help you get there.
Yes.
And I think give you an honest view of those things. Sometimes you get into this echo chamber as a band where like you start thinking that everything you're doing is like the next big shit, and then you get someone from outside to sort of give you that perspective and sort of bring you back down to earth. But at the end of the day, you are getting better as a band. You're getting better all together. And so I think that that's probably the number one thing I would tell you is go out and find those people that have done it and try to get them to sort of like mentor you along the way.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, they have more of like the advising. My thing is always content is king.
Yeah.
And
You need a
and keep
content
making
guy,
it
man.
and never stop making it. Like literally die for pop punk.
I was gonna say, yeah. Downsize your rig if you can. I just got a Helix. It's the greatest freaking thing I've ever invested in. Oh my god.
Don't.
Man, I love it. Hey! Let's
I
go.
downsized to downsize. Like that's what I
Oh,
did.
it's amazing. It'll tune for you. It does everything.
Dude, I'm sitting here like I don't need 8 patches. Here's
Oh,
4.
I love it. It's great. That's mine.
Oh man, I have half of my studio just here for some reason.
Yes.
Perfect.
All right. With that, we're gonna take a quick break, and we will be right back.
Thanks so much, everybody, for watching this video, and we want to tell you about our new Patreon that we just set up. For just a few bucks a month, you can get new perks for things that we do, such as listening parties, interviews, Discord access, exclusive merch, discounts, and access to early announcements, and a whole lot more, and we'll continue to add things to it. And for just a couple bucks a month, you'll be helping us continue to do what we do full-time and continue to do more for up-and-coming bands, help us shine more of a spotlight on more artists, and we couldn't be more thankful for everything you guys do to help us continue doing this. So pop over to patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk and get signed up now.
And we are back with the Maguas. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This is awesome.
Thank you for
Hey,
having
thanks for
us.
having us. It's a blast.
This is our obscure questions segment. We have moved past music questions.
Awesome.
Now we're just going to ask random shit. And normally it's a lot more random,
Oh,
but
sweet.
this time
Mm.
I dug deep. I dug deep and I looked for things. And so we're going to ask you some questions about
Nice.
yourselves. So first off, I'm going to ask Brandon.
Hot sauce?
So Brandon, so you won the Dory Leo Award and Most Improved Award for St. Joseph University Hawks Track and Field. So being the
I
drummer
did, I
for the
did, yeah.
band, have you always felt fast on your feet?
Yeah, I'd say so. Here's a fun story for you. I definitely have the most energy in the band, I guess next to Jenks, in terms of like being fucking wild. In terms of like always being up here, you know, like
you did like
up
a
here.
bunch of fucking coke.
Yeah, but I did it. But that's what I'm like. But like when I was a kid, my grandfather used to take me to like a local like public track in the summers and make me run every day because I just had to expend all that energy. So yeah, I've always felt pretty light on my feet, pretty quick on my feet. You know, that's always been it. Yeah, I mean, wow, you guys really dug deep for that one, huh?
Do you
Found
miss
me on the
track and
internet.
field?
Yeah. I'm wearing I'm wearing my shirt right now, actually.
Nice.
You know,
I didn't
you
come
guys
up
spotted
with
that. Look
this
at
from
Look
the
at
sweatshirt.
that. Oh wow.
Nice.
Wow.
I just got it.
You guys are
Okay.
good.
Move on to Dalton. We should move on to Dalton.
So Dalton,
Okay.
Oh boy.
Oh,
I don't want to know what you found on the internet. I don't know what you want to find on the internet about
I'm
me.
just gonna say like, so I'm gonna bring it back to like 2011. Okay, so if you had $1 million, would you still want all new baseball equipment, including a customized glove, season tickets to the Dallas Cowboys and Phillies, or have your priorities changed a little?
Yes. No, my priorities have not changed at all. I would like tickets to the Dallas Cowboys. I would like tickets to the Phillies. I would like new baseball equipment. All of those things. I actually have a strap out from my guitar that is a Dallas Cowboy strap.
and I'm not ashamed of any of that.
Well,
no,
I mean, you
I'm
should
all
be.
for it here.
No, but for
I
real,
should be, but I'm not. That's the thing.
I have-
You got to realize I have no shame here. I have no shame.
Well, you're in a pop punk band. We know.
Yeah. This is true. Very
So-
true.
But my question, just another question on top of that, though, because you're from Pennsylvania, right?
Yes.
Okay, that's right. So Dallas, why?
That was the question.
So everyone asked this, but here's the thing. When I was growing up, my dad was a huge... Yeah, it's a fair question. Listen, there's actually an article written about me in the Philly Voice because I am a Phillies, Sixers, Flyers, and Cowboys fan. And the guy who wrote the article, he posted on Twitter one day. He's a Sixers writer, and he's like, "Is there anybody who are fans of these four teams?" I was like, "Yeah, that's me." He's like, he wrote this article basically about how could anybody be fans of all four of these teams at the same time. And I've literally had season tickets to the Sixers. I went to the first Phillies playoff game at Citizens Bank Park, and I'm also worn my Tony Romo jersey into the Lincoln Financial Field. So I have no shame when it comes to that. I'm all for it.
No, that's cool. That's cool. I mean, I just like sports, in general. So I've got favorite players, favorite teams. I was very just curious about Dallas. I mean, I like Dallas with Troy Aikman
Everybody
and
is.
stuff like that.
Yeah, everybody is. I have pictures of me. It all stems from my father. My father is he's a different breed, so he got me on the Cowboys love very early. I've got baby pictures of me in my Troy Aikman onesie, seeing the last Cowboys Super Bowl. So
that's sweet. I mean, it's not sports related, but Bear loves Don Cheadle, so it's okay.
I love Don.
there you go.
There you go.
You guys know who Don Cheadle is, right?
Oh yeah, I know who Don Cheadle is.
Yeah,
That's Don Cheadle.
yeah, he's got
Yeah,
framed
he's-
pictures of Don Cheadle on his wall.
Oh yeah, I see. Yeah, no, he's no, what? No, he is Iron Man's. What's he called?
War Machine. He's
War
Machine.
War Machine. That's it. War Machine.
Yeah, there you go.
Don Cheadle.
Yeah.
Don Cheadle.
War Machine.
So it's not Captain.
Don Cheadle. Yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea. I've never met him.
Well,
Best
you're a
friends.
huge fan. I'm gonna let him know. I'm gonna message him on Twitter or something
you
like
have-
that. And be
you
like,
have
Yo,
no
I just
idea
met your biggest fan.
How badly I want to be the creepy guy who meets Don Cheadle and just goes, "I have framed photos of you in my house." I don't care if he I don't care if he likes me or hates me. I want him to know. That's all I want. Just and I've thought about
we got to make this a mission to get you to know him.
Yeah.
That's
well,
the thing.
I mean, I'm trying, man. My band is only so successful. Oh, I quit it. My goal, when I have photos, family photos taken of me and my son, is to have somebody Photoshop Don Cheadle into those family photos in family albums, because
Yes.
I think it's fucking awesome. And here's the idea I got it from. It's completely obscure, as is this segment. My producer, his name is also Nick. When he was in his apartment, somebody just got him 1,000 pairs of googly eyes, and the whole thing was you would just and find googly eyes everywhere, but only if you were looking for them. and so I was oh, that's such a cool thing to have. And then one day I just found a photo of Don Cheadle and was like, this is my thing. I have
You're the
know what
Don
a
Cheadle
mezuzah
guy
is?
now.
You guys know what a Jewish mezuzah is? Probably not. Okay.
I do not know.
So basically, it's like a shrine. Okay, it's like a shrine that blesses your home, and then you can kiss it or acknowledge it as you leave the house. I have a framed photo of Don Cheadle right next to my door as my mezuzah that I just kiss on the way out of my house.
Oh my god.
Nice.
I
Nice.
can't
That's
wait to
beautiful.
tell him.
It's
I
like
can't wait.
It's like Helga and Hey Arnold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Helga and Hey Arnold, how she's got the whatchamacallit?
The shrine.
The shrine, yeah, the shrine.
Hair and bubblegum.
Yeah, with his hair and bubblegum, yeah.
Like a Jeep attack.
Dude.
I mean,
Hey, Arnold,
I
that's
think
good. That's
it's
good
cool. I
shit,
think
man.
it's
All right, Luke.
alarming.
Yeah.
I think
This one's for you.
Alarming behavior, but
This is
Not
the
healthy.
last one. So
No,
so,
I got one for Matt,
okay.
but yeah, let's ask Luke first.
Okay, Luke, this one's for you. You were a member of an a cappella group called the Auto Tunes back in 2015, which is Syracuse
Yeah.
University premier orange pants wearing a cappella group. This seems
Hell
like a
yeah.
shot out of left field. Can you Tell us a bit more
Oh,
about
it's incredible.
that and why.
All right, yeah, sure. So I've
You must
been
not have been
singing
that
all my
good
life.
because you are a bassist now.
No, I could go all. Hey, whoa, let me answer here. Hey, whoa, hey.
Well,
Jeez,
let's just
Bear.
put it this way, man. I'm a
Interrupting.
vocalist and I don't have a band anymore, so you're doing so much better than I am.
No. So actually, there's a backstory to that too. But I've been singing all my life since I was super young. Took vocal lessons, was in choir, and I'm the highest voice part for a male singer. So I
that a
took
tenor
up
too?
bass guitar because I wanted to get the low end. That's why I play bass.
I
I
just
couldn't
wanted to
sing low,
feel
so
it a
I'm like,
little bit.
yeah, I'm like, I'll play low if I can't sing there. Like that's what we're doing.
Just want
So-
to feel them vibrations.
You want to feel
Yeah.
the giblets.
I want the good vibrations, you know, wink,
There you
wink.
go. There you
So I was always into singing. I did vocal competitions and stuff all through high school. And then when I went to Syracuse, I wanted to stay involved in music. So I joined a chamber choir. And the chamber choir was like community driven, and everybody in it was like 60, and we sounded awful. We sounded like horrible. So I was done with that. I'm like, okay, I gotta do something else. So I thought a cappella would be really cool because of all the harmony and stuff.
Right.
And there are two
And-
male Oh yeah.
Oh,
What,
I was
you-
just gonna say, cause you were ready to be one of them 19 young, wild, and free men who happened to sing.
Oh,
the
you
front
know
row
it.
Together.
You know it. Yeah. So this is it. There were two male a cappella groups
Right.
at Syracuse. One was the Auto Tunes, which wear like bright orange pants, and we dance around, and we're all happy and singing bright. And then the other one was this like super smooth,
Tunes?
like button down, top button unbuttoned, wearing jeans, like sexy kind of a cappella group that like all the women loved. So obviously I chose Auto Tunes because who wants to be in the other one? I mean, who wants? Yeah. So I joined Auto Tunes. Wore orange pants. Not even at shows. I just wore them casually sometimes.
Nice.
It was a good
Did
look,
they-
you know.
Did you have to buy the orange pants, or did they?
Oh God, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I actually bought an extra pair too. I had two pairs just in case,
So do you
and
still
I
have
wore those.
They were passed down from.
Yeah, I still have them in my house. You should have told me you were gonna ask us. I'd wear them in the interview right now.
Where do you find orange pants?
Funny you ask that because it got discontinued. We had to go to a different supplier halfway through. It's a mess. It really is a mess. The tones were all off. A lot of people were upset about it too. Like this
It's
is
a
the same
logistical
shade of
nightmare.
orange.
Like, how do
Tough
you even...
times for the auto tunes.
Yeah, COVID really
Yeah.
does hit everything.
But hey, I mean, it was great. It was a great time. Formative years of my life. Only kissed one man, so I mean,
There you go.
we came out. We came
change
out
that.
all right. Yeah, all right. I mean, I'm not going to dress up like Don Cheadle though. I'll get canceled.
You'd probably get canceled for that.
Yeah, I don't want to be canceled. I can't do that for you. I can't do that for you.
All right, Matt, I got one for you. So we were unable to do a deep dive on you for some fucking reason. So
Nice.
I gotta,
Because he's very difficult
Yeah.
to find.
so I gotta know
anything
what have
online.
you done, and is your name actually Matt? Because if I can't find shit on you on social media, who the fuck are you?
Dude, that's a good question. I mean, nobody really calls me Matt. Everybody refers to me as Jenks. I mean, I have
Jenks.
people like
Jenks.
I went to college with. They definitely don't even know my fucking first name. You know, I was just Jenks because my last name's Jenkins. But yeah, I mean, I'm on Instagram.
Yeah.
You just got that
Yeah,
recently.
You're on
I know you're on
Instagram.
Instagram, but like,
You're on Instagram. You do the Jenks
I'm on
Productions
Instagram.
thing.
Yeah.
like you burned something, didn't you? Like something burned down. And
Listen, man. My microwave has some hard drives in it. Okay.
It's ready to go at any point in time.
We can't talk about this anymore now.
I got a question.
this whole thing has to be deleted now.
I actually am. I'm gonna delete the audio file now.
I got a question.
Yeah.
What was Eric's? I need to hear Eric's.
I didn't
Did you
have
find
anything
something?
for Eric
We
either.
didn't
Oh,
get Eric.
damn it. Damn it,
And
because
let
I
me-
was ready. He's not here to defend himself. I was ready for it.
Don't worry.
I was gonna give you
I
the
mean,
sword.
again, I was
If
just
I
gonna
had
shit
it-
talk him on loading, but
If I had anything, I would have asked it anyway. We have definitely had people that didn't show up for interviews and stuff when we asked other members of the band their stories. So
I was ready for it. Like we're all best friends since we were like in kindergarten, so I could answer those questions for you for Eric, and I was ready for it. I was ready. He was not going to be able to defend himself. It was going to be great.
Honest truth.
well, I
amazing.
appreciate the shit out of you for that.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our last segment with the Maguas.
Oh, hey, Jeff. Oh, gosh, hey! Thanks so much for watching the video. I wanted to tell you really quick about a bunch of new merch we got in. We got these super cool sweatshirts. Got stuff on the back. We got these new hats in. Oh, man, they're so freaking warm and comfy. We even got these cool shirts. These shirts are cool. You know, all proceeds go back into helping us be able to support up-and-coming bands so be able to do this full time. So everything is super helpful. We got these really cool bandanas, too. Check them out. www.unsignedpoppunk.com. Link will be in the description below.
And we're back with our last segment with the Maguas. Guys, real quick, it has been awesome having you guys on here. This is amazing. This is my radio voice, by the way. Like, I could just completely shut off what we were talking about during break. It's pretty easy. And for our listeners out there, you'll never fucking know. So
They'll never know.
Enjoy that.
They'll never know.
Enjoy
You
that.
gotta pay
Enjoy
for that on
knowing that.
OnlyFans to know.
So this is Pat's segment, right? Like, this is where Pat fucking shines. I mean, like, he shines in the fucking deep dives. Like, I can't deny that. But Pat, I'm gonna turn this right over to you, buddy.
Okay, this is
I
our
just love
final
watching you do your work.
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah.
This is our final section. This is rapid fire questions. This is where you're just gonna speak from the heart and you're gonna shoot from the hip. There's no thought process that I want in these answers. It's you're gonna hear the question, you're gonna answer it. You ready?
No,
Did
we're
I
good,
lose
we're
you?
good, we're good, we're
You
good.
got it. Okay, so you're ready.
Yep, fire.
Pineapple on pizza, yes or no?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
No.
Fight about it.
50-50
That's
split.
fucking brawl. Let's
know
have a
who's
fucking
right, though.
Donnybrook, boys.
MTV or Fuse?
MTV.
PlayStation or Xbox?
PlayStation.
Easy.
Okay, this one's a little tough one. Is a sweatshirt a sweater?
No.
No.
Yes.
No.
No.
Get the fuck out of here, Jenks.
Come on. Come on, all right.
Come on. This
This
is why you
explain
can't find
yourself.
anything on me.
Yeah, this is why he's gone dark.
This is
on
why the
internet.
hard
He
drives
believes in
are
that.
on the fucking way.
He's like, this was
Out of
this is
all
why
the
there's no
reasons,
internet.
this
I
one.
know.
This is it. This is it. You found it.
Okay, but seriously though, okay, why would you call a sweatshirt a sweater?
I don't know. It's just from the heart. It just felt right to say yes. I need to
No,
think
well,
about
to
that
be-
one.
To
a
be
lot.
fair, it's
We
what
can't fault
it's.
him.
Can't,
That's what this
he
is.
followed the rules.
Yeah,
the rules, we
yeah.
can't fault him on it.
I don't.
Just
I
feels
gotta
right.
think about it.
If it feels right,
Just
it
felt right.
feels right, guys.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, Tom DeLonge or Matt Skiba?
Tom DeLonge.
DeLonge.
Stop.
Guitar Stop it. You stop it. Guitar Hero or Rock Band?
Guitar Hero.
Come on.
Final
these are easy.
question. Newfound Glory or Simple Plan?
Newfound
Glory.
Glory.
Good boys.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh,
I'm pretty sure Brandon just said Simple Plan.
I only know one Newfound Glory song.
Dude, hey,
That's
I'm
okay.
in the Simple Plan boat.
That's okay.
Okay?
No.
I
Simple
only know
Plan
one
over
Newfound Glory
Newfound
song,
any
so
day.
Yeah.
Don't
Look,
say that on
they're
the
both
podcast.
great.
All
They're
down
both incredible.
It's a banger, though.
They're
I'll give 'em
both
that.
great bands.
Mhm.
It's okay. It's okay to go one way or the other, as long as a sweatshirt's not a sweater.
Agreed. All right, guys, you did it. You made it through the podcast. Congratulations. We'll probably have a cookie sent to you sometime in the mail.
We
Good
won't.
job.
There won't be a cookie.
There will
Sorry,
never
it won't
be a
happen.
cookie.
There will never be a
There will
cookie.
never
You
be
won
a
an
cookie.
award?
He's trying. He's been playing that for a whole season now.
Yeah, season 2. What are we at? What, like 7 episodes in? I can still milk this cookie.
You can't.
All right.
Well, you can't milk a cookie. I got nipples, fucker. Can you milk me?
You're gonna give me asthma. I don't. I'm just gonna wheeze over here for a second.
We'll have Don Cheadle give you a mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Don
Okay,
Cheadle.
with that, give me asthma. All right, guys.
shit.
Well, that said, you did make it through the podcast. Thank you so much for being here. Before we go, tell us what's next. Plug your brand, plug your band, promote yourselves. What's going on for the Maguas in the near future?
First off, our latest EP, Evergreen, is now available everywhere on all streaming platforms, YouTube, all
Shit
that
slaps.
stuff. We got 5. Thank you. We got 5 crazy music videos for that as well. So check that out on YouTube. Coming up for us, I think we already said this is going to air sometime in April, but
Yep.
We're going to be playing on March 17th at in Harrisburg, opening for the Dangerous Summer. And by this time, it's already announced. So April 14th, we will be opening for Set It Off at the Launch Music Conference in Lancaster. So we have some really killer shows coming up. We have a summer tour that's going to be announced soon. Besides that, we have May 8th. May 8th, we are doing a Sheets Week, like Sheets, like the gas station. Get ready. We have so much shit to drop with that. You guys are going to love it.
That's the exclusive.
It's an exclusive. You guys got the first drop on this. There's a whole story behind it.
Where y'all call home? PA. Yeah,
Scranton, PA. Yeah.
Isn't Sheets more? Isn't that more Wawa land?
No.
Sheets is from
Bear,
Pennsylvania.
we were just in Pennsylvania.
We were. Yeah, and they had a why? What am I? Because they're like
We
Sheets
went
is all the
to
way out.
Sheetz
Yeah,
in
but like
Pennsylvania.
Sheets is all the way out in like Virginia now too.
Yeah,
Yeah, it is.
But
Yeah.
Sheets headquarters is in Pennsylvania,
And we would know.
He's been there
should.
because they invited the band there.
Yeah, so
Oh,
we're
that's May
super
8th.
tight with
How
Sheets.
Cool. Thanks for spoiling
Yeah,
it.
so get ready for that. Sheets Week is coming, and it's gonna be epic, and we're excited to share that as well. There's a lot of cool stuff too.
That's
Yeah,
tight,
so
man.
get ready.
Stoked
You
for
know?
that for
You're gonna have to have us
that's-
back for Sheets Week. That's gonna have to be it. You know.
But
Maybe we'll
like,
have to do it
okay.
live.
All right.
We'll have
What,
Luke
anything
talk
else,
more
boys?
about auto tunes.
That's
Oh.
it, right? I think that's everything. Yeah, we have new merch coming out soon too. Get ready for that.
Where
yeah.
can
Where
our
can we
guys-
find the merch?
Yeah.
on
Where
the
can we
website.
find you? What are your socials?
Maguas.com.
TheMaguas.com. That's it.
That's
That's where we're at. Everything. You want to submit your music to playlist? Maguas.com. You want to read about where we came from, what we're about? TheMaguas.com. You know, if you want to hear about Luke being in the auto tunes.
TheMaguas.com.
You want to get Donnybrook started? Maguas.com.
We just put everything in there.
Our OnlyFans,
Security numbers.
our OnlyFans link is
Hold up.
themaguas.com.
That's one I'm interested in. Give me a second.
It's all.
That's where the
it's
real
all
content's
band
at,
feet.
You want to see Eric in a banana hammock? Maguas.com.
Maguas.com.
Maguas.com. Don't
Amen.
tempt me.
Want to see Bear in a banana hammock? Maguas.com.
Again, don't tempt me.
Bear, don't worry. That's gonna be for our calendar for next year.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I gotta lose some weight.
The Bear Boys.
All right, well, that's it. Thank you guys for coming to the Where Did All My Friends Go podcast, a podcast about life in the music industry. I don't think there's anything left to be said other than these guys rock and they're kind of fucking funny. With that, we'll catch you guys next week.
Hell yeah.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having us. So much fun.
Thank you so much for watching. Please hit that like and subscribe. Thank you to those who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Music, or anywhere else you stream your podcast. If you're in the position to help us grow, head over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments below who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thanks so much.